Wonderful friends, subscribers, how are you today? Got Leonard Kelly calling me while I'm about to go live. Leonard, I'm going to call you back. I'm live. So the WHO, World Health Organization, has just classified this coronavirus COVID-19 as a pandemic, right? Elevated it a level. And, you know, I still wouldn't buy into the fear and all the crazy hype. I'm sure the media are pumping it up a lot, making people scared. But fact is, reality is, the numbers are growing extremely fast. Mario, good morning. And we got to do what we can do ourselves for our kids, for our families, right? So I think this is more about how do we overcome this is it's by working smart together as a community, looking after your neighbors, don't engage in any selfish acts here, and really looking out, number one, for yourself, for your kids, educating people around you where you see they are making certain mistakes. So what I did this morning is sanitizer and hand sanitizer, which I have many for my clients in the cars, in all the cars that I lease out. But disinfectant spray, I still found some very, very big ones. These industrial ones are the best. They're at Home Depot. So if you want to know where I got this is the Home Depot brand, right? It's excellent, right? And what I do is, you guys wipe down with these micro cloths, right? So I often, I create my own. Doesn't smell very good. You don't want to get it all over and I wipe down the handles. I wipe down the seats after every single passenger, right? If I personally stop for Starbucks, I love my coffee. You guys know it, right? My coffee, toilet handles, doorknobs. I either take a cloth, which I have in my pocket, which has the disinfectant spray on, and I use the toilet handle. I open up the doorknobs. I truly don't care, F-U-C-K, what the people, A-F-U-C-K, what the people around me think. When I run around with my little disinfectant spray, I'm taking care of myself. I'm killing the germs on those handles. I'm working together. I'm helping people, right? So this, my friends, will go a long, long way, right? And your car may have 4 handles, one at the back. Each time, even if you're taking the luggage down, you know what? Spray them down. I've even said to my passengers, you want me to wipe your baggage handles down just in case, so we can get some disinfectant on it in case other people are touching it. Wow, that's wonderful. Thank you for doing that, right? So that extra little step that you can do to work with your brothers and sisters around you, to work with people that are not too informed or ill-informed. Now, the reason I made this very clear, strong message from these drivers, sorry, they're not drivers, they're CEOs, we're the drivers, right? Sorry, I got a little, let me take another sip of coffee. Here we go, so I wake up. Here, Dr. Evil number 1, Dr. Evil number 2, or as I call them, Pinocchio 1, Pinocchio 2. My message is that drivers demand that you inform them of high-risk riders. What does Rideshare Professor mean by that, right? It's very simple. They have all the intel. They have all the movements of riders worldwide. If they know there is a rider in Italy, super, super high COVID-19 rate, right? If they know this guy is going through Switzerland or Liechtenstein or Germany to fly out. These guys are getting creative with their flight patterns, right? Jumping borders, whether they're going into Germany, whether they're going into neighboring France, if they're flying out from there, catching an airline from there, They might be on their way to the United States, vice versa, might be an individual from Seoul, South Korea, and I'm just mentioning some of the areas that have very high infection numbers, right? These guys here have the duty, obviously, to share that information with the CDC, disease control, but they also, and I call upon you, Dara, I call upon you, Logan, do not match up problem riders with drivers, because the moment you do that, the moment you hide that information and take the $5 from that guy that leaves Italy, takes his car over to Germany, flies out from Germany, right? Because they can't take a direct flight from Italy, let's say, because we've blocked the traffic. People are getting creative with their movements. You guys have the data. It's all on your servers. It's all on your computers. You have the names, MyInfoLA. Love you, my friend. God bless you. Thank you. You guys have the names of these riders, right? And you know where they are moving. It is your duty not to match up these individuals with drivers, because the moment you do that, the moment you infect, and I tell you right now, these guys have blood on their hands. They really do, right? Because they looking at dollars over lives, right? Let me make it very, very clear how these guys work. Dollars over lives. You guys can hashtag that, right? If you want to. I almost said doulas. There we go. This is more important to these characters, right? Not sharing this information that they may have of that Italian rider, right, who jumped the border, went into Germany, France to get a plane out, or a guy in South Korea who drove 3-4 hours to get to another airport so he can get out, right? The moment these individuals get into our car is like a Petri dish. You guys know what a Petri dish is? A Petri dish is usually where scientists, doctors breed cells, breed bacteria, right? We become a breeding ground. That's why I said spray all your freaking handles down. Spray it like this, my friends, for whoever's working in. Spray it here. Create your own sanitizer cloth. Wipe down all of these problem areas. Drivers come into contact with 20, 30 different people per day. And these guys here are not sharing out of that pool of 30 people. Where has passenger number 6 been? Oh, passenger number 6 is actually from Milan, Italy, who took a car, they can follow it, took a car to Germany, then grabbed an Uber in Germany, went to the airport, to Frankfurt, flew out from Frankfurt to New York, caught a connecting flight from New York to LA, right? That's the real world. And these guys have the real world data. So you guys, we, the drivers, demand from you that you share that critical rider information with us so we can work together. Otherwise, our car becomes a breeding ground for COVID-19. We driving around. Listen, I'm not making this shit up, folks, right? And I'm not injecting fear into this video. I'm giving you reality, how you can keep the numbers down, right? And if you want to see every day, if you want to switch on the news, if you want to refresh your screen every day on the World Health Organization's website and see the updated numbers, the numbers ain't going down. The numbers are going this way. They're going up, right? Germany, the president of Germany, who I have a lot of respect for, Angela Merkel, right? I studied there. I know the language. I know the people. I know the culture. They're very careful. If she says it could easily become reality that 70% of our country is infected, right? Now, some people say, hey, it's all fear, it's all hype. The numbers, my friends, SoCal, Dallas kid, much love to Dallas. How can they be made liable for hiding info? How can they be made liable for holding info? I don't think that's a difficult thing to hold them liable if they have credible information, right? That that an individual is, making movements in certain areas, problem areas, and getting into cars, right? You can't hold them liable because at that moment they say, okay, well, we did not know if this individual was infected, right? So I don't think it becomes so much as a legal case, right? that you would have against these companies. What I think is it's more about information sharing, right? I don't really think that you could package that up and say, okay, you become liable, we're going to go after you legally for damages. No. But I think they become liable in the sense that they have that intel. They know where this individual is traveling, right? They know the movements of this person, and they should have the ability to say, hey, we are not going to match up this individual with a driver because it's a high risk rider. Just give them a classification, give them a high risk rider classification, because they do tons of travels in and out of problem areas. A guy that's constantly going in and out of northern Italy, right? Whether he's from Germany, doesn't matter whether he has a company in Nashville, Tennessee, and he's doing a lot of business with Europe, and he's out there every week. He's traveling around France in his car, visiting his clients in Germany, visiting his clients in Brussels, visiting his clients in Berlin, visiting his clients in Amsterdam, visiting his clients in Florence, Italy, Milano, Firenze, Roma, all of those cities, right? That is, to me, classified as a high-risk rider. Why? If you know the whereabouts on your servers, you know how these people move. You have all the GPS movements. You have all the Uber bookings. He booked a car in Milan. He booked a car in Berlin. He booked a car in Amsterdam. I would classify these as high-risk riders. So to reduce the risk, don't match up a driving Petri dish, a driving possible Petri dish with one of these individuals coming in, where the driver may not have sprayed everything down and taken the precaution because he's just so busy making money, 20, 30, 40 people a day, that he has no idea, she has no idea who got into that car, that individual passenger number 6, high-risk passenger got into my car, right? So I think it is their duty for sharing that information. If they don't want to share that information, I would then hold them liable, right? You guys were not willing to share high-risk driver data. Kenneth Black, thank you, my friend. Keep the fight. Man, I'm fighting. And you know the beautiful thing, my friends, the beautiful thing, Robin, love you for all your wonderful messages and texts. The beautiful thing, Rideshare Happy. The beautiful thing, Charlie. The beautiful thing, SoCal Dallas Kid, Kenneth, My Info, Mark Vega, is that I have their attention. I have spoken to the big boys 2 days ago for more than an hour, talking about your stories. Whether they liked them or didn't, I got the chance to vent. And man, did I vent, right? And the guy, he was extremely, I know when an attorney is polite when they don't cut you off. They let you speak. They let you speak. A lot of attorneys try to derail you and override you and steer the conversation in a different way by breaking into your conversation. No, the guy truly, and that's one thing I learned, when someone is speaking, let them speak until they pass the ball and then they want you to speak, right? I've learned it's just basic etiquette in a courtroom, right? When the defendant is speaking, let the defendant make the case, right? They are these asshole attorneys. Gift from Artemis, thank you for keeping us informed in real-time Rideshare Strong. Yes, I mean, this is real-time Rideshare Strong, right? Things that we can do, and we're going to dive in deeper into this conversation, right? But what I want to go back to the courtroom for a second. If the defendant speaks, let him speak. If the plaintiff speaks, let the plaintiff make the case. These attorneys that completely try to derail you all the time. Did you mean east? Did you mean west? Did you mean north? Did you mean south, right? It's trying to create confusion. And I know when I'm in the courtroom, I'm very firm. I look at the judge and I say, Your Honor, I will not continue speaking if the defendant or this attorney constantly interrupts me. So when I speak, I speak. When you speak, I let you speak. And the judges shut the frickin' attorneys down. They said, attorney, let him finish speaking, right? So I know how to deal with these guys. You shut them up right there and then because they try and derail you. It's the same if these guys even try to take me to a court or get a telephonic call in. I will say, ma'am, I am speaking, right? Can you hear that on your phone? I am talking right now. And when you're talking, I keep quiet. When I'm talking, you keep quiet. And you got to make your point. Otherwise, you get derailed and you lose clarity. So you've got to set your boundaries, especially with these type of people, right? They like to test your boundaries. They like to walk over you, right? So I'm just saying, now I know that they're watching my videos. They've admitted. They said they're watching the channel. This attorney said, we know that you're visibly upset. And I said, yes, I'm visibly upset because you owe me a lot of money, right? And you cannot just steal from the rideshare professor. You can't just steal from Geo. You can't just steal the earnings from this person because you had a glitch, right? People are constantly with Uber and Lyft, more with Uber, running after their money, trying to get their money back. And the one thing I told this attorney is that through my videos and more future videos, I will inform the drivers how to take their power back, right? Very, very, very simple, right? Educating drivers on how to, how to get paid, how to claim their damages. There was actually a really, really good email that I received this morning, which I do want to share if I can find it while I'm talking here. And that was, look at this. So look at this message. The Uber attorneys need to know that since I have made videos about this, it says, hey, Torsten, I have a question. How do I go about suing Uber and Lyft for back wages for not following the AB5 law? It's a matter of, is it a matter of just contacting a lawyer? What kind of lawyer do I call? Thanks, Josh, right? I get these calls, hundreds every day, and I field them out. Depending on what the guy or the girl is asking, I'll feed them to that attorney. Or I would say, hey, this is a case that you could take on yourself. Go to small claims court. Here are the papers, right? And I will continue and continue and continue educating people how to take their power back, how to fight the titans, how to become a David, how to show up and stand up like a David and take on Goliath. Whether it's for $300, whether it's for $700, whether it's for $7,000, I have seen all type of victories since I've put these videos out. And you know what? These attorneys that I spoke to 2 days ago, right? I'm talking to them today. Who knows? They might even call in. I welcome them to call in during this live feed if they want to. If they have the balls to call in during this live feed, they have my number. They said they're calling today, Wednesday. You're more than welcome to call in at 11:33. Let's put you live. I'll have a conversation with you live on the phone if you have the balls to call in. Now, what I said to the gentleman is I said, I'm not going to expose his name. He asked me not to mention his name, not to publicize his phone number, right? And then they also asked me to take those videos down that I made of the lady. I took them down temporarily, right? And, if people are not getting answers from Dara and Logan, I do have many 415 numbers there within their companies. And you have the right to ask these COVID-19 coronavirus pandemic questions like I am. Why are you not informing us of high-risk travelers? Why are you not informing us of high-risk riders, right? Bradley says, just use Lysol. Now, the thing is easy. Okay, Lysol is great, right? Lysol is great. But Lysol is not on the shelves on many Targets. It's not on the shelves. This stuff is selling out, right? When there's panic, when there's fear, right? You go to Costco, you will not get certain things. You will not get wipes. You will not get hand sanitizer anymore, right? I found the last few things. I was jumping around at 3 Home Depots. And I'll tell you another story. It was a big, big lesson for me. I got to one Home Depot and I saw all the people rushing to get paper, to get the last hand sanitizers. And deep in the back, there were 3 of these, right? And I know how good this is, right? Deep in the back of these racks were 3 of these. I, in my selfish mind first, oh, those are the last 3. This literally happened. I reached in and I grabbed all the 3 and I took them. This selfish thinking, right? The guy next to me was a Spanish construction worker. He looked at me and he goes, are there any others of those left? At that moment, I said to myself, hang on, I'm going against what I'm preaching. Here I am, and that's why I'm making the video. I'm saying act as a community. work with your neighbor, right? Right there and then, I said, you know what? There's 3. Okay. Here's one for you, my brother. The guy next to me, do you need one as well? Yes. And he had a family with kids with him. And then I took one. So, it was a huge lesson for me, because here I am saying, don't act in your ego. And my studies, everything that I've done in self-growth, I usually always think about my brothers and sisters around me. At this moment, I just caught myself. It was a great lesson for myself, saying, here I am in my ego, I'm taking the last 3, and I have a family next to me, and I have a construction worker next to me who are looking at me, right? Well, the bottom line is, I, with my will, I got in there, right into the back. My info, CLA, they don't have the balls, bro. They don't have the balls. But if they do have the balls, if this attorney does have the balls, he's more than willing to call in right now. You have my number. We've spoken 2 days ago. You said you're calling me today. I'm excited about that call. But if you want to call in live, do it right now. And like my info, CLA says, they may not have the balls, or they don't have the balls. But not to get off topic, this was a great lesson for me, right? Gave him one, gave this other father one who was with a mother and 3 kids. I took one, right? I believe this is all I need, right? I know that my fiance went shopping. I know that my ex-wife went shopping. So I know that my kids are safe at the other house. I know that my fiance's kids are safe, right? I'm educating the kids just on the basics. I'm educating my kids yesterday what they can and what they should and what they should not do in the public place. And that's how you need to go around into the community and also speak to others, right? This is how these guys need to show up in life. Not to hide in their office shells, right? That's not the answer. Is like, okay, I'm going to hide in my office and we're not going to share this information. Or we don't even know. Maybe they do, maybe they don't share information with the CDC. But what Dara and Logan need to do as of today is like, hey, set some engineers aside and say, get me the data. Let's create a software program that we run, a query, they call it a query towards the database of all the people that have been in multiple countries, right? Let's get that top 2,000, 5,000 riders and classify them as high-risk riders. These could be salespeople jumping around from country to country, right? State to state, right? Let's find out what a high-risk rider is, and let's not couple them with a driver at an airport, a driver at a hotel, a driver at a restaurant, okay? Red flag, right? Huge red flag here. You know where this person has been. Do not match him up with someone that can create a Petri dish. Very, very simple, understandable language, my friends, right? Terry Smith, this is the sad thing. And Dara or any of those attorneys, now that I know that you're watching my videos, I want you to read very clearly what Terry Smith says. They won't do it. They don't give a shit about us, right? And in that same terminology, my friends, believe me when I talked to that attorney, I said, you do not care a shit about us. You do not care a damn about us. And I asked the guy, what is the stock price today? It was at $28 2 days ago. It's on $26 today, right? I said, what is the stock price? He says, I don't know. I said, exactly. That is the policy of your company, right? We don't know. We are so out of touch that this attorney did not know his stock price. Well, wake up, buddy, smell the coffee. It's $26, right? Can anybody share with us right now? I don't want to break the rhythm here, but anybody share with us what the Uber stock price is right now and what the Lyft stock price right now? I bet you it could probably be at the bottom of the bottom, right? I thought that the bottom of the bottom was $27. Maybe it went even lower, right? And why does that happen? Sure, coronavirus, COVID, all of that fear plays into the stock market, no doubt about it. But more than that, it's how the public perceives these leaders. It's how the drivers, the workforce that work for these people perceive these leaders, right? Are they capable or are they unable to lead, right? In my eyes, I have told that attorney straight up in that conversation, I said, you need to pick a leader who knows how to lead a company, who knows how to talk, who knows how to go into the media, give assurance, reassurance, right? Who knows how to like really think outside of the box and be a true leader. I would expect from these people that they could think out of the box and create a category of top 5,000 high-risk riders, which they do not match up with drivers, right? All I can say. And in the meantime, what can we do? We go out there. I'm jumping around from Home Depot to Home Depot. I'm buying rags. I'm buying the spray, wiping all the shit down. I mean, no harm done, right? Right there and then. I mean, I can wash my hands. Yes, they're making videos how to wash your hands for 30 to 60 seconds. Absolutely, wash your hands 20 times a day, right? Thank you. Lyft 2750. John says 2617 on Uber. Is that Uber? That's atrocious, my friends. That's atrocious, right? That those numbers of $25 represent your company. Very, very good morning. We have Rideshare 411 who just walked in. He's lighting it up with fire. I hope that fire can put the virus out. Maybe we need more heat. Maybe we need more Rideshare 411 flames to put out the virus. But in case you guys don't know, Rideshare 411 and I actually did a video together at In-N-Out Burgers right next to LAX while these planes were flying. And we could speak like for 60 to 2 minutes, and then the next Boeing came in, then the 767 came in, and then the 747 came in, and then the jumbos came in, and then the you name it. We could just fit in sound bites between flights. Remember that? I bought you a burger and fries, and we sat there, we drank, we spoke about LA, we spoke about the drivers, and that's what I love. I love interacting with people, sharing stories, and I truly, truly missed you at my party. I was hoping you would be there. David Garcia, very good morning, my brother. How are you feeling today? So David Garcia was hit head-on by a drunk driver. The passengers in his car, they were carted off to hospital. He had a brace. Give us an update on your health. How are you feeling? Marco Lugo, come to DC to talk. I would love, I have no problem. My father, if I tell you, my father, the good man, bless him, he died at the age of 49 from a heart aneurysm. He was a volleyball player. He used to train with the Olympic rowing team. He was a tall, 6'5", handsome guy, and the best father I could have ever asked for in the world, right? He was a professor, doctor. He had 3 degrees in history, international relations, and law. He was a well and respected political advisor, flew all around the world, South America, Europe, North America, Canada, meeting with leaders, meeting with Reagan, meeting with Helmut Kohl, meeting with Chancellor Kohl, meeting with South African dignitaries, meeting with Gorbachev afterwards, working on the Berlin Wall. My dad was an international player in politics. And one thing he had the ability to do when he went on talk shows is that he would be diplomatic and reasonable. And if someone was unreasonable, he would argue facts and he would crush them on the facts because he was so knowledgeable. Furthermore, the good man wrote 14 books. He even wrote an autobiography for Gorbachev, for the Russian president, right? So I always, as a kid, listened. I loved listening to my father, who was a great, great speaker. I hope some of that rubbed off. What did rub off is my dad always said, always have the courage to speak up. Never bottle it. Never take it inside of yourself. And with my kids, I follow the same way. I tell my children, I know something's upsetting you. I know you're upset about something. Come on, let's talk about it. So yesterday, I take my son down to Malibu, who played volleyball, right, at Malibu High School. And he's one of the youngest players, and they let him play on varsity because of his size, and he's just a brilliant volleyball player, right? He's a captain of his team, but they invited him onto the varsity team to play. So we go down to Malibu. It's the best of 5. We won 3-1. And then afterwards, like complete silence. The kid won't talk. I'm like, dude, what's up? It was a great game. You won. He said, well, Dad, they did not let me play. And I said, listen, I knew something was upsetting you. I knew you were quiet. And what I want to tell you in the future is always talk. Tell your dad what you're upset about, frustrated about. Let those emotions roll. Let them out. Never, ever let them fester. Never go to bed with any negative emotions. Never go to bed angry. If you with your spouse, your loved one, always talk your shit out before you close your eyes and go off into dreamland, right? Get it out. Don't go to bed with that thought lingering, festering, right? Wake up refreshed, ready for the world. And I said to my son, I knew you were upset, and I thought that's what it was about. I'm glad you shared that with me. And I said, here's the thing, take all the positives away. You were invited by the coach to play for your varsity team on that day. You're the youngest, one of the youngest players, right? Firstly, that's an honor. Secondly, you watched and learned. You watched all those games and you learned. So you went away with a wealth of information during those games. So don't say, I didn't get anything out of this because I didn't play. You got so much out of it, right? You got recognition by the coach. You got learning skills. You watched, you observed, you learned what to do, what not to do. Hopefully you learned from some of the mistakes. Hopefully you learned from some of the strengths, right? And he said, you know what, you're right. That's how I need to look at it. So as long as I can program my son's brain to start thinking like that, I can make a switch in his head. So every time he goes into something, it's a positive experience. He can take away something positive. I'm just telling you right now to all of these people, whether it's Mark Vega, whether it's Rideshare Hippie, whether it's Ron, never bottle your crap up. Never stick it down there somewhere in the shelf and let it rot and let it fester and let it grow, and you don't want this to explode. You're holding on to some toxicity, and suddenly, boom, one day you go off on your spouse. Why? Because you just did not resolve this. If you are unhappy about your job, talk to your loved one about it. Don't really talk to me. Say, hey, Rideshare Preference, I'm unhappy right now. I had a lady, I shit you not. I hope maybe we can call her in. Maybe she can call back. 424 number. Call me back. We'll put you on live. She called me 20 minutes. She goes, I'm feeling rather down. I'm feeling rather down right now. I'm sleeping in my car. This and this and this and that. I don't want to go into her problems. And I said, okay, well, let's find a way to resolve this in the next 3 hours, right? So we had a good conversation, and she said to me after, she can call in right now if she wants to. She's 424-527 number. Call me right now. Beverly Hills, it says, right? And I said, she said, I feel much better. I feel much better. I said, why do you feel much better? She said, because you allowed me to speak. I said, exactly. I was listening. You got a chance to vent. You got a chance to release your toxins. I gave you some advice. I didn't maybe give you the best advice, but I gave you some advice. And she said, I feel so much better, right? So moral of the story, what do we learn from this? What did I learn from this one phone call? What did I learn yesterday at a Malibu high school game? Is that silence, zipping it, not talking about it, not sharing it, leads to far greater issues. You know what it can lead to? Stress, right? What does stress do? It creates your immune system to drop, right? So all of these things have ripple effects if you don't nip it in the butt right there and then. Damn, I don't like this. Not happy with what you did. Have to get this off my back. I want to say this. I've been wanting to say this for a while. Get it out there, man. Frickin' get it out. Talk to your kids. Talk to your loved one. Talk to your wife. Talk to your husband. Talk to your neighbor if he pisses you off because he's not trimming the hedge and it's obscuring. It's not letting sunlight onto your swimming pool anymore. Talk to the bastard. Say, hey, dude, take control of your hedge. I can't even bathe in suntan here next to my pool anymore, right? But say it in a diplomatic way. You don't have to fire a missile over his fence onto your neighbor. Say, hey, by the way, would you do me a huge favor? Last summer we were sitting around the pool. It was cool that the hedge was so much lower. Sun was coming through. Bought all these beautiful deck chairs for $300. A sun tanning in the back there. But I've noticed that the hedge has gone 3 or 4 feet higher. We're back in summer, and all my sunshine is, can I pay for a gardener? Do I have permission to trim the trees? Will you trim the trees? I want to work with you, my neighbor. See, problem resolved. Very, very simple. Very simple. And this is a skill set that these guys are lacking, right? Because what they do is they answer SoftBank, they answer the Saudis, they answer Wall Street, maybe they answer Trump, who knows, right? But they don't answer us. They're not willing to communicate with us. They're not willing to share this information of ultra high risk riders, right? You have that list. If you don't have that list, for God's sakes, please, today, right? I know that you guys are watching my videos. You've admitted it, right? Go out, set a small task team of engineers aside and get that data and start communicating with us. Hey, by the way, riders, this is what we've done. We have we have identified high risk riders, put it out in the media. Do you know what that would do for your stock when you can say, hey, you are addressing this issue. You are now addressing what the World Health Organization classifies as a pandemic. As of today, this is a pandemic. Experts say it could take months up to years. The German president, Angela Merkel, said it's very, very possible that 70% of our nation will get infected or could get infected. I don't exactly know how she worded it, but this is real. And we're not here to create fear. We're here to create education. We're here to work smarter within a community, working together, educating the people around us that maybe say, well, you know what? I don't care about this shit. It's not going to happen, right? If you go in with that attitude, if you're touching every door handle and you're doing this and you're spitting and you're coughing and that, sure, trust me, you will eventually get it. But if you're smart, UCLA, for example, UCLA here in Westwood, Los Angeles, shut it down. All of the students, how many are there? 70, 80,000 students are working online now from their dorms, from their rooms, right? So people are not running around spreading it on buses and blah, 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 blah. So we got to work together. Roberto, 45, the schools are ready to temporarily shut down K-12 and universities, colleges go online classes. Uber and Lyft can do that. Thank you. Amen, Roberto, 45. Amen. Thank you, my brother. Here we have an intelligent human being who's just stated the very, very simple fact. Let me read it again, exactly what he said. If schools are ready to temporarily shut down, which they are, mark my words, the Los Angeles school district, by next Thursday, all these kids are going to be working online. Mark my words. I'm predicting 1 week from now. K-12 and universities, colleges go online classes. Uber and Lyft can do the same for high-risk riders. You guys here, Dr. Evil 1, Dr. Evil 2, look at the eyes. Pinocchio 1, look at his nose grow. Look at his nose grow. These guys, right, these two stooges here, these two troublemakers, these two shenanigan dudes, right, they know the data, or they can access the data, or they can pay someone. I hope you have enough money now that you've closed so many hubs down, now that you're charging drivers for, for inspections, now that you are saving on janitor costs because you're not cleaning those porta potties around the United States. Now that you have some money, go and spend it on those engineers that run queries against your database. Let's identify the most high-risk riders. And when you've identified your top 5,000, top 10,000, top 50,000 list, do not match these people up with drivers, please, because we matter, right? Do we have to take this into our own hands? Well, we are demanding from you, what we are demanding from you is that you share that information, not only with the CDC, maybe you don't even share it with the CDC, because that administration surely ain't going to share it with us. It's always hush, hush, hush. Let's not let those economic figures go down. Let's not let the Dow Jones go down further. Hush, 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 hush. It's rather shut up and not share any news. Well, guess what? We, the drivers, demand those numbers. We demand those figures. We demand those names. And we demand that you do not match us with what I'm calling today a high-risk driver. Let's give this new identity here, call them an HRR, high-risk rider. And not to be completely disrespectful to riders, sure, they are also HRDs, high-risk drivers. Now, a high-risk driver is probably someone who has come into contact with numerous high-risk riders. Hence, we have a driver in New York lying in hospital right now. And because he's probably under the age of 80, he will survive, right? There are certain percentages here. Who dies, who doesn't die? Kids seem to have more immunity, right? And they say that America could become an extremely huge problem. Anyone with obesity, breathing problems, another huge risk factor. There are certain countries that have far higher obesity factors than other countries. So the moral of the story, go and do your damn exercise, right? Load up on this stuff. Listen, this is 1,000 milligrams. You can take 4 of these a day, right? Who cares? This shit is $10. Take care of you. Take care of your kids. And you want to hear the number one, numero uno? Here it is. There it is, D3. And not 1,000 and 2,000 as the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration says. No, 10,000 IU. Guess what? They give an AIDS patient 50,000 IU. Take 20,000 minimum a day. Minimum D3. This is the best immune booster. This will set you back $15. $10, $15, $25 towards your health. Amen. Best product on the market. Wellness formula. Another 15. 35, 15. We're on $50, right? $50. Best product for lungs. Deep lung, the best, $20 a bottle, right? I've spent $70 on myself. How long will this carry me? Approximately a month. $70 on myself for my health, for my immune system, for my kids, for 1 month. Worth every penny, my friends, worth every single penny. Roy Watkus in the house. 85% of the Chinese restaurant in Chinatown and Las Vegas, Nevada are closing down. Well, that's working smart, my friends. That really is, right? Robin Reneth, people visit friends and relatives in hospitals, then call Uber for a ride home. What are they bringing from the hospital into our cars? Amen. Thank you very much. You know what a massive hospital in Australia is doing? They're doing a drive-through hospital. You drive in, doctor comes with all the protection gear, takes a swab, puts it, closes it up, boom. Off you go. So that individual does not get out of their car. Start thinking smart. Start thinking like this. Start thinking like this Australian hospital. Don't invite the problem into your ER room when you're attending to someone with, like I had the other day, CTC on my head, a CAT scan, someone with a broken hand, a baby with an issue, another baby with diarrhea issues. No. When you know that you could probably have high fever, you want to go check yourself out. I ask these hospitals, let's start working smart. Let's do like these Australians. Let's share this type of information, right? Do a drive-through hospital. You drive in, you go and buy your coffee in the morning from Starbucks. You can do a drive-through on McDonald's. You can do a drive-through in In-N-Out. Why can't you drive through and have yourself checked out quickly? They go like this. One swab on the tongue, one swab on the nose. Guy got all the protection shit on it, right? All over, mask, gloves, almost looks like an astronaut, like Dustin did in the other video the other day, that hilarious video, that great video he made. Boom, in goes the swab. They close it down. What's your name? Boom, boom, boom. Next. Okay, half an hour later. Hey, dude, come back to the hospital. We need to check you in. There's a tent down there. You could have coronavirus, right? Instead of marching into the hospital, coughing, sneezing, infecting everyone around you. Guys, even doctors, hospitals, CEOs, work smart. It's not difficult. Just work smart. Mr. Mark Vega, and again, I apologize if I'm not reading every single one of them, but I can see you. I can see Valley Caregiver. She says, could be a guy or a girl, Valley Caregiver. D3, very good. Be careful above 5,000 units. Okay. I take 20,000 units. I've been taking it for 4.5 years. I haven't got sick once. So, if they can give 50,000 IU, the FDA says 5,000 units, right? That's to keep it low. But you can go high with the D3s. There's no side effects, right? Show me this. Send me a link to the side effects Valley Caregiver over 5,000 IU. They're giving AIDS patients 50,000 IU a day, right? I personally take between 10 and 20,000 IU a day to keep my immune system up, right? Have you seen me coughing and sneezing and in all the years that you've known me? No. I was reading Mark Vega. People say emergency C is more sugar than vitamins. Possibly. Okay, then go and get high grade food grade, high absorption vitamin C. Go and get it like I have in the cupboards not far from here in the kitchen, the ascorbic acid, the real deal. The thing is it tastes shit, right? So the sugar makes it maybe a little bit sweeter. But good point. Thank you very much. But load up on the vitamin C's. 1998 Blue Dog. I'd love to know how you got the name 1998 Blue Dog. I'd love to hear the story about that, behind that one day. But he or she says Uber and Lyft don't give a shit about drivers. They won't exist in their present form within a few years. They are idiots that don't have a clue. Let's let that sink in. If you guys are watching, you too, right? The good news is, my friends, I can tell you right now, hand on the Bible, I swear my oath, that this top attorney 2 days ago says, we know of your channel. We know your videos. We know you're pissed off. Okay. Now that you know that, now that you know that I'm pissed, now that you know that I'm a lightning rod and a channeling mechanism, right? I'm like an electric wire for the drivers dialed in current into your headquarters. Now that you know that, act, do something, communicate, show leadership, show that you care, restore respect, restore integrity. It's not difficult. Simple things you can do instead of right? I told this to the attorney in very, very, very plain English. Valley Caregiver says zinc helps too. Yes, Valley Caregiver, let's talk about zinc. Not more than 50 milligrams, maximum 100 milligrams mgs per day, correct? If you guys don't know, I also have, I did for 4 years, I did my register practitioner license in natural medicine, not Western medicine, Eastern medicine, Native American medicine, Amazon medicine, whatever you call it, right? But fascinated by that. Fascinated by how the human can live off planet Earth without having to manufacture stuff, They can just, survive by picking plants, roots, trees, whatever it is, eucalyptus, tea tree, peppermint, right? All of the stuff that's out there and has proven values, qualities on your body. Turmeric, love turmeric. Johns J. DeGravio correctly says it. Restore Dara K's brain functionality. Let's go. There he is. We restored your brain functionality. Now use it. What do you think of diatomaceous earth? Dude, that word, I don't even know the meaning of it. Do share the meaning. You educate me. I want to learn something today. Anybody know what diatomaceous earth means? Diatomaceous earth. My info CLA, love the guy. Please share with us. Mark Vega says, I would love someone from Uber to come onto your channel and chat and address some concerns we have. They're invited, man. If this attorney who says they're calling me today, if they want to call in right now, let's talk. If you want to talk to the community, if you want to talk to real drivers, dial in right now, right? If I know their 415 numbers, I have them here. So if I see that going on, I know who it is. Let's get them on live right now. Show people that you care. Dara, show people that you care right now and call. Here, you have my number. Here we go, Logan. If you're watching, or if any of your attorneys are watching, right, because I know that they're scrutinizing my videos, here, call me now. There, that's a direct invite to these two guys. Call right now and show the people that you care about them during coronavirus, during the COVID-19. Call in right now. There's my number right there. I've shared that with you. I know that attorneys are watching my videos because there were specific things that I said in my video, which one lady took as a threat. I don't make human threats, right? I talk facts here. You don't like the facts, you see them as a threat, that's your problem, right? But I'm not threatening anyone as per se. I will do this and this to you. No, that's not me. That's not how I speak. But if these guys, if the attorneys are watching, if they want to go and run up and say, hey, Dara, Logan, he put his phone number out there right now. Call him. Show them that you care. Show them that you care about the coronavirus. Call him right now. You're welcome. Speak up. Call. Waiting ain't ringing, my friends. Show us that you care. Show us. Facts, baby. Show us the facts. And I tell you, there's some very, very basic facts lying around, sitting in your databases, sitting on your service. There's some very, very, very powerful facts, and they are called high-risk riders, where you know that this rider has been hopping around, probably a salesperson, from country to country to country, from Milan, Rome, Firenze, Venezia, Italia, Barcelona, Madrid, Belgium, Amsterdam, Berlin, Hamburg, Düsseldorf, Paris, Lyon, Marseille, Lisbon, Cascais, Estoril, blah, 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 blah. They're hopping around. Those, my friends, are high-risk riders. The guy that's hopping around from Osaka to Tokyo to here to there to London to New York, high-risk rider. Never, ever match us up with a high-risk rider. Why do I say that? They have that data. They have that magic data. They put us together with this individual. Now we drive off, right? The guy's been sitting in the back. Maybe we haven't made contact with the back seat yet. Maybe we're okay driving around for that day. But there could be 30 other people getting into our Petri dish, into our car, that have touched the same areas, the same snot, the same spit, the same door handles as this guy here, as Johnny, as Tina, Larry, the high-risk rider. No matter their origin. We don't care where they originate from. They are a high-risk rider. Multiple trips, multiple whereabouts, multiple contacts with drivers. Is that difficult to understand? Guys, if I'm a teacher and I'm teaching this to Ferg, let's all pretend we're first graders right now. Let's all pretend Torsten is a teacher, is 30 years old, walks into the class. Hi, first graders. Let me give you a little lesson about high-risk riders today. I just did that. Did you guys all understand, first graders? Yes, Mr. Teacher. Yes, ma'am. I understood it. This is what a high-risk rider is. A high-risk rider is someone that has been to many locations and comes into contact with their driver. Is that correct, Mr. Teacher? That is brilliant, Johnny. You just got yourself the first A. Thank you. Here's your certificate. Well, a good question by Valley Caregiver. Will AB5 be enforced? AB5, see it as a tug of war, right? Tug of war, like, in those ropes, they pull it this way, they pull it this way, they pull it this way, tug of war. You got on this side, California, attorneys for California. On this side here, you got DoorDash, Postmates, Lyft, Uber, attorneys for them, and they're pulling. That's where we are right now. But hopefully it balances out in the middle, and they come out here with a new gig worker law. That's my answer to that. Here we go. I'm about to learn something. My info CLA says diatomaceous earth is excellent as the immune booster. There's so much to tell you about it. It's simple, Google. Okay, dude, I was hoping you would share a link with me, okay? Now you want me to go out into Google. I will do that because I'm curious. You've sparked my curiosity. I will go and look up the meaning of DE, diatomaceous earth. I live on diatomaceous earth. And I will check it up on Google. But I was hoping that you would educate me right here, right now. Thanks, son, brother. Right here, right now. Thanks, son, brother. Robin Reneth, I believe Dara saw something I wrote in support of the professor. Whoop, whoop. Doesn't matter. Speak up, dude. Don't hide your feelings. I cannot say this. I cannot say this. Speak. Get it out, right? If somebody wants to bash you over the head and deactivate you over something you said, then that relationship was never meant to be. That universe was taking care of you. That relationship was never meant to be, Robin. You speak what you think. And that's the only reason why I received an email signed by him. You got an email signed by him? Love it. Uber can't prove or stop discrimination by riders or drivers. They cannot. They cannot. They cannot prove any discrimination whatsoever, because guess what? When AB5 said to them, you are truly, truly not acting as independent contractors. You say you are, you're not. So then what they did is they start making changes to the California app only. You guys know it. You know it. You made changes only to the California app. You made and introduced a function that says I may accept or I may decline a trip. Why? Because I'm an independent contractor that can choose my trips. I can even set my rates, which you don't allow us to do. You sort of let us participate at 5 little California airports, blah, 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 pretending you're all IC independent contractor, which you're not, right? But now that we exercise our rights and decline, cherry pick that one, take that 15. Now you send us a threatening note and say, hey, time out, kids. If thou abuses thou is discriminating by abusing. Dude, we can pick and choose as we want. That's not discriminating. That's taking care of our financial needs. So whatever you created there, so this is, let me get this right. You create an accept and decline button, and then if we are using it, you're turning around and punishing us for using the features that you introduced. That's why I say Pinocchio 1, wake up. Pinocchio 2, your frickin' nose is growing. Your nose is growing. You're lying to us. You're trying to fool us. We're not fools. We're street smart. I can tell you that. Right? So with your Harvard degrees, your Yale degrees, I don't care what the shit degree you have, right? You're not on the street. You're not hauling in the wheelbarrow of money. We are. We are paying your salary. We are paying your salary. We are making your investors rich. But with a stock price like $26 and mismanagers, you're not getting rich. James Campbell in the house. When you said, okay, Google it, I set my phone's voicemail command off. MW's in the house. Welcome you. I saw MW yesterday. If a paralegal got butthurt over hiding behind the virus to dodge court date, the CEO probably isn't going to call in. True. Look, MW, there is such a thing as humor, and there is such a thing as a live feed where you're allowed to mix it up a little bit, right? But you are 100% correct. CEO ain't going to call in, but we can call him out. We can say, hey, we welcome you, Derek. We welcome you to come and interact with MW, because MW has a lot of questions for you, Mr. Dara. So we got to inject a little bit of humor, right? Humor is really, really good, by the way, for the immune system. But yeah, the paralegal, she did get butthurt. Not going to mention her name. She felt threatened. And I did share with the Uber attorney about real threats. Somebody contacting me, emails, I'll kick your head in. I'll shoot you. Harassing me at 3, 4, 5 a.m. in the mornings. This drivers, crazy drivers, right, that Uber hasn't paid out, trying to get the money from me. I'm not Uber. I don't cut your checks. I'm a YouTuber. And I educate, right? And I try to make my own money. But whoever that frickin' arsehole is somewhere out there, you know, one of the arseholes in South Carolina, and South Carolinas are brilliant, wonderful people. But there is an arsehole in South Carolina that threatened me through Uber, right? So those is what I regard as real threats. This what they determine as a threat is not in my eyes a threat. And the real threats, you know, I've stared in the eye. It's a matter of 2 or 3 seconds, it's a matter of life and death. I can tell you stories from South Africa, which I regarded as real threats, like seconds between life and death, right? Where your body goes into a whole different mode, right? The paralegal cannot relate to that. The paralegal was not in the trenches. The paralegal was not surrounded by 200 people with machetes. No. So if you think that you are facing a real threat, I can tell you, when you start looking at the definition of threat levels, 0 to 5, you're hovering here at 0. That's not a threat. Your life, your livelihood, your health, your body was never threatened. Jacob K. The problem isn't that drivers are independent contractors. The problem is that the platform is too greedy. Okay, let's break that down. It's a good statement. The problem isn't that drivers are independent contractors. The problem is that the platform is too greedy. It's actually both, right? Because in the true sense of the words, IC, independent contractor, we are not independent contractors in Dallas. We're not independent contractors in Denver. We're not independent contractors in Orlando. We're not independent contractors on New Jersey shores. We are semi-independent contractors in Sacramento. We are semi-independent contractors in San Diego. We are semi-independent contractors in Victorville, California. So we are not true independent contractors. Now, the second part of your statement says, problem is that the platform is too greedy. Now, the platform is the algorithm, right? The platform is the facilitating platform between driver and rider. In between, there's an opportunity based on a distance A to B with a driver, with a passenger to make money. How can I, the company, manipulate that platform so it sounds confusing? We make more, they make less. Listen, we could write a book about their daily and weekly diaper changes, right? They are changing their diapers 56 times a week. And it becomes so confusing. Often the rewards here, points there, gold level, silver level, surge, not surge. I mean, every single week there's over 56 diaper changes that these guys are doing, right? So, that's where the platform becomes confusing. But the platform, believe me when I say it's like Las Vegas, the house always wins. The house always wins, right? That's the economic formula. It's their formula. It's the Vegas formula. It's the business formula. Usually the house always wins. Robert Begbie in the house. Good afternoon, everyone. Good afternoon, Robert. Welcome. Manco Travel Bolt Bucharesti in the house. Welcome you. I haven't acknowledged Rideshare Hippie. Rideshare Hippie says there is also DE that is used in swimming pool pumps that is not food grade and should not be consumed. Thank you. I just learned something. I'll look that up. There's also DE that is used in swimming pool pumps that should not be digested, eaten. Damon Brooke in the house. Seriously, thinking about leaving my $16 PH job that I hate and renting car and working for Uber. Should I do it? Okay, woo, let's break this down. Firstly, Damon, what city are you in? Firstly, David, would you like to do this part-time or full-time? What would your shifts look like? Do you have family? Are you going to work around your family? Like, do you have to take them to school? Are you able to get up early in the mornings? Are there hotels around you? Are there airports around you? If the airport's around you, I would suggest only dropping off, not picking up. What type of car do you have? Do you have a used car? Do you want to buy a brand new car? Are you thinking of renting a car? So hit me up, email me, and let's go over. And I'll tell you straight up front when you say, okay, look, I just reread this thing. You're working a $16 per hour job that you hate. Any job that you hate, you have to hand in the divorce papers. There is nothing worse, Damon, in this world going to a job every day or going to a boss every day that you hate. It is awful, right? Being there for 4 months out of my life, I changed it right there. You know what? I hate being here. I hate being here at 8 o'clock in the morning and having to leave at 4 or 5 in the afternoon. I hate being here. I'm not going to mention the company, but I hate being here. Right there and then, start looking for alternatives, which you're already doing correctly, which is awesome. You're looking at opportunities. Now explore those opportunities. There's a lot of Facebook groups out there. Go in there, you know your city, ask specific questions, try to get hourly averages, compare your current 16 with what they are making, look at Amazon Flex drivers. All of that data is out there, whether it's on Facebook, whether it's in blogs. Start doing your research and take care of Damon. Make Damon happy, right? Damon needs to wake up in 2 weeks' time doing his 1 or 2 new jobs, and Damon needs to take care of Damon. Damon needs to be happy. And Damon just shared with us, he's in San Diego. He's working full-time, and I highly suggest, Damon, that you hook up with a guy called San Diego Rideshare Pro, Thomas Gibson. Thomas, probably not in the room yet. I haven't seen him, but hook up with him. He will truly, or Paul Figueroa, those gentlemen will give you all the ins and outs of San Diego, right? Pick their brain. Speak to real drivers who are making real money. And I know both of them are making real money because they're working smart, right? Speak to them. But at the same time, Damon, open up your mind, keep the world open. You have this massive research center called Google. You have access to all of this data. Shop around, and Damon needs to take care of Damon. I think enough said. Austin Stradling in the house. It says, worked for Uber for 4 years, 1 year with Lyft. Happy or not, here I come. Gotta find me. So, is Austin happy? Is Austin not happy? Robert Begbie says, I said it yesterday. I believe the paralegal girl just made a false accusation statement when she said she felt threatened. I believe it was just another excuse on her part not have to appear. Look, whether she appears or doesn't appear, I couldn't care a rat's ass, right? The bottom line is I have a 50-pound hammer, right? And anytime I see an issue with Uber or a problem, I pound it. I pound the drum. I let the world know they're failing here, they're failing there, they could do better here, they could do better there, right? That is, that hurts them more than anything. That's why they're at $26 right now. It's because of guys like me, other YouTubers out there that are highlighting certain weaknesses which these guys are not willing to talk about, right? So as long as we talk about the real issues, as long as we talk about even shitty things like porta potties, right, that are not getting the attention, right? We got to talk about and have the willingness to talk about anything and everything, whether it's about the pandemic COVID-19, whether it's about a dirty porta potty, whether it's about a hub that has a 2-star rating, whether it's about high-risk riders. We have to have the ability to talk about everything. Things that these guys are incapable of doing, or maybe things that the paralegal doesn't want to address. Well, the paralegal, my friends, one day is going to enter the real world. Hopefully, she becomes a lawyer. I do hope that. And hopefully, one day she fries bigger fish. Right now she's frying little goldfish, tiny little tadpoles, right? But maybe later on she starts frying kingfish, barracuda, sharks, whales, big fish. Maybe, hopefully one day she becomes a big high power attorney and she learns from this. She can take anything away is she learn from it. And what do you learn as the very best attorneys in the world are able to mediate and arbitrate quickly, minimize their damages and move on. Not waste money, not waste time, not increase their clients or their company's bills, but get in there, get things fixed, and move on to the next fire, right? Because these guys, all they are hired is to put out fires. Hire to put out a fire, right? It's very, very simple. Attorney gets a hire to put out a fire, right? So later on in life, this woman wants to go out into the marketplace. She doesn't want her name tainted, right? And I hammer them on their name. I will expose their name. Right now she's in limbo mode. I retracted it. But I will hammer these people and expose their weaknesses, expose their, unwillingness to even travel down to California because they're looking for excuses of not getting onto a plane, right? They could get into a car. Don't be lazy, right? And these are the type of things we can hold against you. Are you lazy? Are you unwilling to come down? Are you scared? Well, if you're too scared to enter the legal world, don't enter the legal world, because I'm going to tell you, when you're a high-powered legal eagle, there are sharks out there, there are coyotes out there, there are lions out there, there are cheetahs that are willing to eat you up. You got to fight the fight. I know. I've battled it out with these attorneys. I'm not afraid of them. I call them out. I know how to prick their ego. I know how to prick their image. And boy, once you start deflating that ego, once you start talking about them, they go mad. They go bat shit insane. I have literally beaten up, and I'm not saying physically, right? I'm not talking about a rugby match. I'm talking about I have physically beaten up with words on social media, right? Typing in physically word, boom, boom. This is what I think of you. This is why, this is why I don't think you're good. It's powerful. These clips, these videos, these blogs, these words are powerful. The word is the mightiest sword, my friends. The word, the spoken word, right? You can, if you go up to a girl and you say, you know what, if you put on weight, you look fat. Just say, you never, ever say that. Never use those words, right? Like, you think this girl's ever going to be your girlfriend? No, never in your life, right? Because words can be so harmful, can be so powerful, right? Of you to say that, if you say to that guy, you smoking cigars all day, I kissed you once, you're just disgusting. You smell, your breath smells like an ashtray. Do you think he's ever going to become your boyfriend? Never. So those words that flew out of your mouth are so, so powerful, right? And my advice to this paralegal, my advice to this heavy hitter attorney that I spoke to the other day, you know what I'm looking for. I'm also looking for massive, massive punitive damages based on your poor handling of matters, not only at the hub, not only the way you handle your referrals, etc., but with the things that you set in motion without thinking them through have led to far bigger problems. And I will punish you on that, especially on punitive damages, just like Dennis Torres knows, right? Dennis knows. You got the glove, boom. You're not scared to battle. You're not scared to enter the lion's den, right? You cannot go into fear. I watched a great video the other day shared with me by Thomas. When they do that, like, that wall that you have to run up, what is that TV show called where they're jumping from there to there? Help me out, guys. And you got to run up that wall and you got to grab right onto the top, right? You got to grab the top and you got to pull yourself. What is that thing called? The wall. What is that TV show called? Punitive means to punish, exactly. And judges can lay down heavy. You could have $200,000 damages and you could have $2 million punitive damages. The judges decide how much they want to punish you with punitive damages. Gladiators. Okay, yeah, they are gladiators. Ninja, American Ninja Warrior, gladiators. There we go. Let me play with those words. Abstract Echo, how are you, buddy? American Ninja. So, they run up that wall and they grab right on the top. Well, I watched a great video of a dad and he goes like to his kids' jamboree there to this gym. And these kids are training and, there's a little 10-foot wall. And dad goes, I can do that. Wife's filming. He runs up 10-foot wall, grabs the top, pulls himself up. Pretty athletic guy. And then there's a 12-foot wall. And he runs and he just makes it. And then he asked the guy at the gym, one of the trainers, hey, what is your highest wall? What are those American Ninja Warriors, those gladiators train? What is it? What walls do they have? And he goes, that we actually have one over there. It's a 14-foot wall. He's like, Jesus, I've seen that. That's tough, right? So in his brain, he goes in mentally and he says, I don't think I'm going to make this. So he runs, he puts his hand out to protect his face, his body, because he thinks, I'm not going to make it. It's like a mental block. I'm not going to make the door. And he slides back down and he runs and he, again, he puts his hand up against the wall doesn't get to the top. It's high. It's 14 feet high. And again and again and again. And the trainer comes over and she says, buddy, you're doing it completely wrong. He goes, what do you mean? I'm running. I just can't get there. He goes, no. If you're willing and you're all in, right, you wouldn't put your hand out to protect yourself. You would run. And just like you did on the 10 and 12, you would jump as high as you can and grab it. And worst case scenario is you jump up and you miss it and you come sliding down. But in your brain, you're running up already, you're putting your hand out and saying, nope, I'm not going to make it. So the guy goes, wow, that's a good point. So this ninja wannabe gladiator warrior who's making a video with his wife, she's already sick and tired when you're filming 10 minutes. God, Craig, you're making me doing this and filming it. He's like, honey, keep on filming. I will make it. Honey, keep on filming. I will make it, right? So John Madrigal in the house. Listen to the story. So long story short, he frickin' runs. Slides down. Shit, but I was close. Trigger. Slides down. But he's, I can do it. I'm very close. And he does it 4 or 5 times. He grabs the top, he pulls him so he feels like a hero, right? So like I'm just saying, you put your mind to it, you can do anything. You put your mind, when I put my mind and I see a lion's den, a gladiator den, and I see drivers in there with me, I say, come, let's rumble. Let these guys come in, let's shake it up. We are not scared of them. We just have to outsmart them. We have a far bigger army of 3 million people. And when we act together, like we will on April 1st, what do we do on April 1st? We switch off Uber for a week. We switch Uber on for a week, Lyft on for a week. On the 8th, we switch Lyft off and Uber on for the week. We'll show them that we can do without them for a week. Let's jump back into the house. Austin Stradling says, I've completed 30,000 jobs in the gig economy since 2015, 19,000 for Uber, 9,000 for Postmates, 1,490 for Lyft, 500 for DoorDash. Pay has gotten excellent. I've never seen numbers like that, Austin. That's beyond impressive. I wonder, I'm asking myself how many vehicles and cars you've gone through since 2015, if you've put those high, impressive numbers. Jacob K, Austin Stradling, this is the problem with all apps. Like if YouTube cancels Rideshare Professor, it's over for him. Or when Amazon suspended my seller account, no reason. Jacob, it's never over for me, right? You see, that's in your brain. I just want to take people back to Jacob, why his brain mindset is over. He thinks that, okay, if YouTube cancels me, it's over. It's never over for me. You see, that's when you've already surrendered, right? Firstly, I can file a lawsuit because I've got the money and I can get reinstated immediately, right? It's called a court injunction, immediate reinstatement based on retaliation, and sue them for a lot of money. So you've already given up, Jacob K. In your brain, I can see you need to change your thinking, right? You've surrendered, you've given up. Reality is you can do something about that problem. And then the other thing is I diversify. I don't rely on YouTube, right? I have a range of natural detox products which are shipped worldwide. I have a limo company. I have private clients. I have investments, with other clients like Airbnb, et cetera, et cetera. I don't have to rely on one thing, right? So you may pull the plug on me here, but guess what, Jacob? Do you know how many YouTube channels I have? 12 in total, 8 rideshare, 4 other channels, right? So I get creative elsewhere. If they shut that down, I would open up here, right? You can't stop me, right? And then also the power of the legal system, the courts, with court injunctions, if you've ever done that. So I want you, Jacob K., to change your mindset right here, right now, is that nobody's feet, nobody's hands, nobody can cut them off for you, right? You got to be self-sufficient and be on your legs and on your hands with your brain 24/7 if called upon, right? And react. Aloha, Christine Cacao, where from? Where from the islands? Honolulu, Hawaii, Kauai, the Big Island. Where are you from? Kona. I love it. Love those emojis. Food for thought, right, Jacob K? Don't get yourself out of that mindset right now in this live feed. And the apps have become monopolies. And monopolies are there to be broken up, right? It's like if you allow those words, like give up, monopoly controlling me, if you allow that to control you, you're living in fear, you're living in control. They are controlling you, right? Stop right there, draw a line and say, you know what? Whether it's a monopoly or not a monopoly, it'll never control me. I have options, right? Whether they shut my channel down for a day or for a week, I have options. And so start creating your options. Don't just live in this one tiny little bubble that you suddenly think, boop, it's burst, it's over, I surrender, I'm in stress, I give up, Beautiful. Wow. Lovely, lovely, lovely. Austin Stradling says, resignation is not the way to go, Jacob. There we go. I said it, he said it. It's gotten me nowhere. It'll never get you anywhere. It won't get Austin anywhere. It won't get Jacob anywhere if you have surrendered. If you've surrendered, you've given up. You've given up the fight. I give up, I bow down, I surrender. At that moment, you've been stripped of all your dignity, your rights, your capabilities. No, it is not in your DNA. Just pretend that word never. Resignation does not exist in my vocabulary. The word resignation or resign simply doesn't exist. You think of Uber attorney turns around to me and says, you need to resign. I say, no, you need to reinstate me, right? So if you're not, no, we are not going to reinstate. Well, I will not resign. So how do we resolve this? I've got to walk away with a victory. If I don't walk away for the victory there, I'll come through the back door, I'll come through the chimney, I'll come through the window, I'll come through the sewage pipes, right? I'll never resign. I'll always come back into your house and say, here I am, need to get paid, haven't been paid yet, you stole my money. That's the one thing. I will not resign on this case, right? They may want me to, but that's all about mediation and arbitration, right? Leo Casamente in the house. Helgian dialect at work here. Helgian dialect. John Madrigal, do you have a video explaining Lyft's surge? Well, if I talk about Lyft surge, I'd want like current stuff. So if people want to send me screenshots from different cities about their Lyft surges, let's look at that and let's make a current video, right? Let's make a Lyft surge video that's current. Right now, I have decided no Uber and Lyft trips for me, none until this thing blows over. Until then, I've already made backup plan B, backup plan C, backup plan D. I can drive clients. I know their whereabouts. I have my my disinfectant spray. I can wipe down all the areas. I can spray the door handles, right? I've got plan B, C, D, E, F, and G in place, right? So right now, I'm going to try and work smart and say, I will not pick up Uber and Lyft passengers until these guys tell me where these riders have been, until these guys can explain to me, hey, we have a list of 10,000, let's say, high-risk riders, until I start feeling safe. Because right now, I don't really feel safe allowing all of these unknown factors in my car. Just not going to do it. Jacob K says, I'm just saying the apps have too much power. If Uber and Lyft bans certain drivers, their options become limited. Obviously not over, you can always start your own business. You could do too. Not just me, Jacob, you. Jacob can start his own business today, tomorrow, right? All the power is within you, Jacob. You decide your destiny, my friend, not me. I'm not at your steering wheel. Jacob's at Jacob's steering wheel. So, if you feel that they have too much power of you, take the power away. How do you take the power away? You might look at alternatives, right? There's thousands of jobs out there. But the bottom line is Jacob needs to take care of Jacob. Jacob has to give Jacob the power back, and Jacob has to be happy. Very simple. I've just given you the formula. Mark Fowdy, 2 weeks of food that is necessary. Mark Fowdy says, stock 2 weeks of food, the CDC said. If I would be promoting that, everybody's going to rush off to the stores right now. Other people were making these videos. There'd be no food for your fellow neighbor. Don't buy into the hype. Let food be shared equally amongst all people. Don't want a guy going into Costco right now and spending $2,000. Oh, me, my family, me. And then meanwhile, 10 other families suffer. So I don't really think that's smart thinking of the CDC. Go out there, get 2 weeks of food. No, go out there, get enough food. Everyone go out there. I mean, canned food, great. Canned food lasts for years. Go and get beans, go and get corn, sure. But make it equally available, right? Mark Fowdy says, let's talk business soon. Yeah, and I want you're sitting on something really, really good there, Mark. Sitting on your business plan. You're sitting on Lyft, who wants to work with you. So you've got a couple of really good chips on the table. You just have to maneuver them. All right, my friends, we're at 126. I'm on 35 thumbs up. I need another 5 at least. Just showed you, go out there. Home Depot has this amazing commercial disinfectant spray. Get yourself a microcloth. If you're out of sanitizers, you can't get these little guys anymore. I still have many of these, right? Also the Home Depot brand, right? Great one, smells good, aloe vera. Go out there and spray it all down. Spray the door handle, spray all the problem areas down after every single trip. Not just once a day, not just twice a day. After every single trip, do your routine. Even if it takes 3 minutes out of your drive time each time, so shall it be. Disinfectant spray, rags, 3 minutes here, 3 minutes there. 30 clients a day, 30 trips a day, times 3 minutes. 90 minutes, you spend 1.5 hours cleaning per day extra. Just did the math for 30 trips. That becomes part of your new business equation. Why? Because health is more important than money. Let me say that again. Health, your health, my health is more important than money. Very simple formula. And there's other things you can do. I showed you that for $70, you can go out and get your 20,000 IU D3s. Go out, get your 3,000 to 5,000 milligram sachets of vitamin C, or high food grade or high digestible ascorbic acid vitamin C. Go out and get your wellness formulas, which has all the good stuff in it, zinc, etc., and go out and get the best product on the market, Deep Lung, right, for bronchital and lung support. And how much should I spend on that? $70. How long will it last me? 1 month. So Austin said, I'm going to watch your mediation and arbitration through social media video. Why did I do that? I feel that I personally can communicate better through social media. I can bring awareness and attention to issues. I can hit them over the head where need be. I can address the company where need be. And when I get an attorney like 2 days ago, one of these heavy hitters telling me, the most senior person that I've spoken to at Uber, telling me, we're watching your channel, we understand you're upset. That to me justifies or verifies everything that I've been doing is obviously working, for me at least, and hopefully for you too, right? And now that I have your attention, I get to talk to you. So out of respect, yes, I put the suit and tie on because that's how I would show up on Friday in court anyway. But the willingness of these individuals. This is the beautiful thing, because you're dealing with smart attorneys that want to mediate and arbitrate and minimize their damage. You come to some settlement. I put it out there. This is my problem. I have not been paid. I'm not going to go away. I will keep on hammering you over your head, not physically, but in social media, until you address my issue. It's just like when Travis K talked smack, wop, 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 wop. Travis Kalanick, Travis Cordell Kalanick, talking smack to an Uber black driver in San Francisco. It went viral. What media hurts them? He toned it down, paid the driver back. You got to show that driver there, right there and then, that you care. You got to show the public that you take care of the issue, that you're a real leader. And this is basically what I'm looking for. Uber, step up, show me. I have brought you thousands and thousands and thousands and thousands of drivers to Uber and Lyft, Juno, Jet, all these companies alike, right? Right now I'm recruiting for Local Driver Co., right? For the company that I sit on the board of directors. But what, long story short, is show the driver who has built your company, who has helped build your company, who has helped build hundreds and hundreds of Uber fleets around the country, right? Show them that you care. And the way you show me that you care is by digging into your bank account and writing me a big fat check, because I have made you way, way more money than I'm ever asking for, right? And if you're not taking care of me, trust me, I will take care of you. Right there in social media, right? I will connect with the public, connect with the public, connect with the drivers, connect with the public, connect with the riders, connect with the public, connect with the drivers all day long, every day. And my numbers are not going back. All my channels that I'm building out the numbers every week, 100 subscribers more there in that channel, 20 subscribers more channel in that channel. Every week it grows. Every week my audience gets bigger and stronger, right? There's Rick Nelson, Rideshare Rick in the house. And if Rick Nelson can testify, did I get you a Toyota Prius, Rick? Do you have it registered on Uber yet? Are you making money? Or are you just basically taking care of your personal needs for now because you need a car? Right, there's Rick Nelson, legend, love the guy. In fact, I do believe I have several pictures, because I have met Rick Nelson's has come in and out of my life just as the universe wanted it on many, many occasions. And I'm like, I like this guy. He's awesome. He really is. So we got him a Toyota Prius. Talk is cheap, right, Rick? Did I turn around, get you a Toyota Prius, or didn't I? Where is he? Where is Rideshare Nick? Where is Rideshare Rick? Where is Rideshare Rick? Come on, no, I got you here somewhere, buddy. I know I got you here. Come on, do the locomotion with me. David Garcia, yeah, you met Rick at the party, exactly. Rick, is it getting better and better? Seriously, is it getting better and better? How do you feel in your new Toyota Prius? How do you feel, my friend? I want to hear it. I want the drivers to hear it, how you feel. Is your life improving? Is your life getting better? Yep. I helped him out with a car. Let me tell you, he's a good man. He's a good person. We have a Rideshare Rick here somewhere. Thousands and thousands and thousands of photos. I love it. Look at that. That, my friend, has made my day. Yes, I feel freer now. Okay, let's break that down. Yes, I feel freer now. Rick Nelson got in a car, got in a Prius, and his response is, yes, I feel freer now. So to me, when I read that, yes, I feel freer now, which means I felt more stressed before. I felt more, my lungs were, I wasn't acting free. Buddy, now that you feel freer, now that you're working in that space with less stress, now you make things happen, my friend. Now you say to the universe, shine on me, bring it in, bring me the opportunities. Just put that intention out every night, Rick, when you go to bed. I feel freer now. I feel better. I'm setting up good things for myself, right? And verbalize them. Tell the universe what you deserve, right? Rick Nelson, I'm now going to go out with my Toyota Prius, make more money, pay my accounts, and then I'm going to move on to an Excel. And then after I drive an Excel, I'm going to go and start my own little company, right? Just put that intention out there daily, please, 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 please. And there's some of the people fighting the fight, or willing to fight the fight. Stock is tanking, baby. What are we on right now? Uber, tell us. Your stock ain't doing good. I asked that attorney 2 days ago, what's your stock price on? I don't know. Interesting, you don't know your stock price. Rick Nelson, I have a problem with Lyft. Okay, let's see how we address that. What is the issue there? Penny stocks, says Infantry Sarge. Good way of looking at it, penny stocks. These guys are hurting, man. These guys are hurting. And if they were smart, if Pinocchio 1 year, Pinocchio 2, Shenanigan 1, Shenanigan 2, right? If they were smart, they would say, how do we turn this sucker around? How do we turn a $26 stock into a $75 stock? How do we triple it? We start listening. We start listening. This is a skill set these two guys don't have. They don't have that skill set. Listening. Dial in, listen. Dial in, read. Listen, learn, implement. Listen, learn, implement. $26.02. Woo! Will we see it going to 25? Oh my Lord, it's tanking. How do you feel now, Dara? Ooh, ouchie. Fuck, that's painful. 26.13. The little red dot is going down, going down, going down. The little red dot is going down until it hits the bottom. Let's all sing together. The little red dot is going down, going down, going down. The little red dot is going down until it hits rock bottom. Ha! The little red dot is going down, going down, going down. Little red dot is going down until it hits rock bottom. $26 is not over yet, over yet, over yet. $26 is not over yet unless we get and listen to the drivers. Love it. Dude, I don't care what fee they have to introduce. Introduce a pandemic fee, introduce a COVID-19 fee, introduce a corona fee, but make sure that the drivers get it, not just collecting. Just like those young Trump brothers, they're taking from these cancer, they're collecting money on part of these cancer institutions, nonprofits, and are keeping the money. That's not how you guys should operate. Right? If you come from a level of truth, come from a level of good intent. The little red dot is going down, going down, going down. The little red dot is going down until the stock tanks. What is he going to do about it? Do about it, do about it. What is he gonna do? Gonna do? What is he going to do about it? Until it stops hemorrhaging, until it stops tanking. Ah! Fucking loving this shit. We can help you turn around, turn around, turn around. We can help you turn it around as long as you work with us. We can help you turn around, turn it around, turn around. We can help you turn it around as long as you listen to us. Milas Diaf, I'm sure in London, Uber take more than 25%. London, they got their asses kicked in London. They lost an appeal, or they're in appeals court. They're getting slapped down in London. You know, so maybe they're making like got slapped down in Colombia. Listen, they don't learn. They're not willing to cooperate, implement, make changes. No, AB5 comes out. You know what? Whoop, we'll sue them. We'll sue them. We'll sue them. We'll sue them. You buy a little bit of time when you sue. You buy a little bit of time and you buy a little bit of money, but you antagonize the other side even more. The way you do it is you get down and you listen. What do you want? This is what we want. Let's see. How do we hash this out? On AB5, what do you want? This is what we want. We work it out. Drivers, what do you want? This is what we want. Let's work it out. No, but they sue and they sue and they sue. They get sued and they get sued and they get sued. Just like I am empowering thousands and thousands and thousands of drivers, bringing lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit after lawsuit. This is the part that they are just not learning, right? Let me read you this email. Today. This email today from Josh Venner. Hey, Torsten, I have a question. How do I go about suing Uber and Lyft for back wages or not following the AB5 law? Is it a matter of just contacting a lawyer? What kind of lawyer do I call? So this is the type of person who's come through my channel. I connect them, empower him, off he goes, and hopefully he gets paid. And Uber needs to understand, as long as they don't take care of me and my needs from all the money I steal, I will educate thousands and thousands and thousands of Joshes all around the world. And you will be putting out fire after fire after fire, paying, arbitration, small claims court, superior court, arbitration, small claims, superior court, fire, fire, fire. I will light so many fires for you. Listen up, attorneys. You're not even going to be able to cope with it. Just like these people at the hospitals are able to cope with a pandemic. I'm going to put so many freaking legal fires into your company of people that haven't been paid, educating them how to get paid, right? That you're going to be hiring firefighters, fire trucks to put out the fires. Let me tell you, we are coming. Yep. Buy the stocks when it becomes penny stocks. Buy low, sell high. Garcia Booyah Sales, they are offering compensation for drivers. They will, as for a stimulus package. Show me the money. I made a video the other day. They said, well, we may consider it. And then suddenly they got so much pressure from senators. They got so much pressure from drivers. They said, okay, we will set some form of fund aside, right? So we turned that uncertainty, we did, and senators into a certainty. So now deliver on the certainty, put the money in a fund for a rainy day. Put that money in a fund for drivers and riders that are suffering through your inability to lead. You serious? MW, buffets on the Vegas Strip will be closing due to the virus. You serious? Wow. So this is just coronavirus, we have a warning with coronavirus. Venetian buffet warning, we have a coronavirus on food item number 6. Venetian buffet, we have a coronavirus on food item number 6. Infantry Sarge says the CEO should have jumped off board and cashed out their stock, but now it's too late. They are going to let it all go away. So, I mean, you've got to say, hey, Travis Kalanick maybe saw the future coming. He unloaded, right? Guys, go out there, get your disinfectant spray, get your microcloth, wipe the handles down, the seats, everything. After every single trip, I just did the math. If you're doing 30 trips a day, it takes you 3 minutes of cleaning your car. 3 minutes after every trip. You're setting 90 minutes aside, 1.5 hours for cleaning time. And what does the cleaning time equate to? Health time. Health, my friends, is more important than money. I just closed the circle for you, right? Simple. Teach you I like to talk in very, very simple terms, right? They are not taking care of us. We have to take care of us. And in this video, if you're just marching in, what am I asking Dara and Kate to do? Dara and Logan Green to do? I'm asking them to identify high risk riders. I'm asking them to communicate to drivers. We have identified 10,000 high risk riders. We will not connect a high risk rider to a driver, and vice versa. You guys dig into your databases, dig into your queries. You know where these people are moving. Have they been throughout Italy? Have they been to Venezia? Have they been to Firenze? Have they been to Roma? Have they been to Pavia? Have they been to Milano? Have they been to Toscana? Have they been to Firenze? All of these places. Have they been to Brussels? Have they been to Amsterdam? Have they been to Rotterdam? Have they been to Berlin? Have they been to Barcelona? Have they been to Madrid? Have they been to Lisbon? Have they been to Marseille? Have they been to Lyon? Have they been to Paris? Have they been to Hamburg? Have they been to Düsseldorf? If you know that you're dealing with frequent flyers going through the airports here and there, identify them as high risk riders. HRR, baby. You're an HRR, you ain't getting in my car. You're an HRR, you ain't getting in my car. If you are an HRR, you ain't getting in my car. Together now. If you are an HRR, you ain't getting in my car. That is the language we want to hear from these liars. Six Flags announcement. Very Intelligent says, I started doing rideshare more and more lately. I always keep the windows open, sanitize, and spray. Excellent, my friend. Excellent. Thank you. Appreciate, because you're not only keeping yourself, the most important, safe, you're keeping the riders and all those other people that they come into contact with safe. So I applaud you. 2 thumbs up. Lucas Milam says it's really no different than bird flu, swine flu, and all the others. Every 2 to 3 years, a new strain causes issues. This is the 4th one in 11 years, correctly said. Absolutely. That's a fact. MW, it won't let me post the link. You can post a link here, unless they have blocked it. So my fiance Laura says, let's just channel this reggae song and all sing, don't worry, be happy, because everything's gonna be all right. Don't worry, be happy. So my response, you are a funny girl. Don't worry, be happy now. Okay, Rick, my first question is, you keep on focusing. Listen, just hear me out here, Rick. You got a car now, you're active on the Uber platform, and you are focusing on this Lyft problem. My question to you is, are you driving on Uber and making money? So the money is at least coming in, right? You might be a more type of a Lyft guy, and you might have an issue there. We'll address that issue. Just email me and tell me what the issue is on Lyft. But for right now, don't dig that Lyft hole deeper and deeper when you could be in the car, that Prius that you just got, and you got to make your payments, right? Got to make your weekly payments, otherwise the car comes back, right? Got to go out there and drive on Uber, and in the meantime, in my off time, I can solve the Lyft problem. If we're on the same page there, you're moving forward. If you're digging a hole, just digging a hole, spending all the energy and time on this here and not doing the Uber trips, you're going to spiral into a problem very, very quickly. So just follow me through. I'll work with you, right? That's it. Yeah. They dropped the rental program here in New Jersey with Lyft, and Uber dropped theirs as well. Correct. Okay, I'm on 41. I'm happy. It's winding down. We don't have to beat this dead horse anymore. We've said everything we had to say. We're on 26. And this video is not monetized. YouTube does not monetize any videos whatsoever the moment you put coronavirus. I'm not making any money. This is pure just information and trying to get these guys to create this high-risk rider database. Cool, Rick. Good. You're going to expand the horizons. I love it. That's the answer I was looking for. 2 thumbs up. Okay. Hey, everyone. Wishing you a great day. Go out there. Go make money. Work on the safety. Work on the safety after every single trip. Do your basic little 3-minute routine. 3-minute routine. Clean, clean, clean. Make money, money, money. Stay healthy, healthy, healthy. Okay. It's a very simple formula. Every single trip, do the basics. Have an awesome day. Any famous last words? Anybody want to try to get something in super, super quick? Anything super urgent? Otherwise, truly, all I do right now is the CEO of Lyft, the CEO of Uber. Here they are, right in front of us. Crisscross, 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 crisscross. Please get more involved on this issue, right? You have a big company that transports a lot of people, and you're sitting on a lot of data. Start sharing, start caring. Sharing is caring, right? Another one. Sharing. Right? Abstract Echo. My car is out of commission for a week, so I'm focusing on my artwork. Love it. Great artwork. All right, my friends, we're wrapping it up. Gracias, dankeschön, danke, thank you, merci. Appreciate you all. Have a good one, my friends. Have a fantastic, fantastic day. Enjoy.